Hello, Hilary Raven Porter here, full spectrum healer and Tamiana star seed oracle. And I wanted to share with you today a little bit more about a whole bunch of events that are coming up. Been getting some questions and I figured this was a great way to answer some of those questions. So we have a potent time coming up. Next week, we have a solar eclipse. We also have a new moon. They're on the same day. And we're also starting to come into the entrance into Samhain, right? The entrance into the underworld. Samhain, aka Halloween, is the time where the gates are open, where the veils are thin, it's easy to step through. It is where we really start to feel ourselves. Whether or not we relate to Samhain, to Halloween, any of that, it is a time of year where we feel ourselves starting to go in and in and in, right? Now we can do this consciously, or we can just let it slide, right? Just let it be and just be like, whatever happens, happens. The thing is, when we do it consciously, we come out the other side more empowered. More, hey, you know what? I was part of that, as opposed to I was taken for a ride. As opposed to I was along for the ride versus, you know what? I had input. I was consciously aware. I was present for what was happening. I integrated it more. You know, so we think about this. Let's say you're sitting in a classroom. You know, it's been a while. But let's say you're sitting in a classroom and you're on your phone. So you're there. You're in the room. But you're not really present to what's happening because you're on your phone. You're texting, you're checking, you're scrolling, or all this other stuff. You're kind of checked out a little bit. So you're along for the ride of the class, but you're not present. You're not contributing. What happens at the end of that weekend? You might get to that end of that weekend if you're on your phone the whole time, being like, I'll actually really, I remember this one thing and that one thing. Versus if you'd been fully there and invested, how much more you take away and you've integrated what happened over that class, that course, that weekend. Yeah? It's the same thing when we're going through our own spiritual revolution, when we're going through our own journeys. It's the same thing. When we're present, we come out the other side and go, oh, that might have been challenging. It's challenging. That was challenging, or that was enjoyable. And I remember it. I integrated. I was there. I was present. Now, sometimes, granted, you might be under that journey. You might be receiving a session, receiving treatment, going into a trance state. And you come back and you're like, I don't actually know where I went. But you did it with intention. So you integrate it differently. You receive the information differently. Yeah? Patito no scata. So, we have some of these events coming up here that I wanted to talk about, to share. They're actually starting. I'm going to share one that's not from me, but that I firmly believe in because I know the power of these two people. I know the wisdom of these two people. And then the others are offerings of mine. Okay? So, this first one, it is called, let's see here, Transmissions from Our Star Lineage. Yes, please. So what this is, this is 𝐅𝐢𝐫𝐬𝐭 𝐇𝐚𝐫 of Sacred Alchemy Astrology and Derek Pennant, aka the Cosmic Messenger. Full disclosure, Derek Pennant is my galactic partner. Excuse me. Yeah, you may have heard me talk about him a time or two. Maybe. Maybe seen him in a video a time or two. Maybe. So they're going to talk about star lineages. Because we have the Earth history, which is great. There's lots of data there. But there's also our star lineage, where we came from, or where maybe we don't have memory of, but how are those races impacting our world? How do they interact in our world? What are they? What do they look like? What do they encompass? What are their powers, right? By powers, it's like somebody could be a farmer, somebody's really great with animals, those kinds of powers, right? Where are their wisdoms, their knowledge, that kind of thing. So they're going to talk about 6 different races. So this is this Saturday, October 22nd. Okay? They're going to talk about 6 different star races and different aspects of them. I'm going to put the links below to all of these events so that you can go and check out more about these, or else this video would be like 3 hours long. So I'm going to try and refrain from it being 3 hours long, so you can check out more below if these are things you're like, ooh, yes, please. They're going to talk about the 6 different races, 6 of the different races, and then they're also going to do a galactic meditation to connect you in to these interdimensional spaces. Yeah? Okay, There's a whole bunch of Tamiana coming up. So Tamiana, Tamiana, Sacred Heart Tamiana, is a star consciousness. It is a star consciousness and a medicine that helps you change your patterns. It goes in and it shuffles things, right? But you're there, you're present. It allows you to see that pattern and go, oh, yeah, I see that pattern. And then it allows you to see that pattern and not be emotionally attached to it. And then it allows you to see that pattern, not be emotionally attached to it, and to make changes. While it is also having those changes happening on the inside. It works on all the timelines at once. It's not just the here, so it's ancestral timelines, it's your future timelines. I also love this medicine because I've had so many people within my world, as well as that I have guided, so personally within my world, as well as myself, go, after I had this session, this shifted with this person and that shifted with that person. Because by doing the work, when we heal ourselves or do the work ourselves, I don't like to say heal because we're constantly having this process. We're human beings, right? But when we do this work, we heal the collective. And when the collective is healing, we're healing. We're shifting, we're transforming, we're aligning, we're raising our frequency. Right? I love this medicine. I'm just going to say that right now. 𝐻𝐿 is a second wave transmission transmitted through me. So it layers on top of the first wave transmissions that were brought forth through Juan Manuel. So what do we have here? We have on Monday the 24th, a virtual online training for 𝐻𝐿 Tamiana, first harmonic resonance. This is from 10 to 6. You don't have to be a practitioner of anything to have this medicine work for you, to be able to use it in your world, to be able to use it in your life, to create change and transformation. It can be accessed in so many different ways, let alone offering of services to others. If you are a practitioner, glorious. It is so easy to incorporate. You can do full-on sessions with it, or you can add in the different galactic code symbols into the sessions to amplify what you're already doing. It works in tandem. I do it with esoteric acupuncture templates on a regular basis, and it is mind-blowing. The transformations, the feedback of the shifts, the alterations, the feeling at peace, the feeling at home, the alignment, oh, that pattern's been around forever and I had no idea that it was still there. I thought I'd cleared it, or I didn't even recognize that pattern. Yeah? These are patterns that hold us back, these expectations, these layers that hold us back from actually stepping forth into our selves. That teaches our original source code before all the layers, yeah? So that's happening on Monday. There's no prerequisite for harmonic resonance number 1, the first harmonic resonance. It is a full day, because this is talking about the foundation. Like I said, 10 to 6, and it's a full 10 to 6. Talking about the foundation of Tamiana. The first waves through Juan Manuel, the second waves through myself, the different layers of certification, how you can use it within your world. You go through the chakras as this, especially the foundational, so this is foundational planes, works through the foundational chakras. We're talking root to crown. So we talk about the chakras. It includes the traditional yogic wisdoms of the chakras, as well as the advanced teachings through 𝐻𝐿 Tamiana. Yeah, practice sessions, learn how to do a session in person and at the distance. Talk about the crystals and what they mean, how they help in the session, because there's certain crystals that we use and certain grid layouts that we use. How to crave for crystals. Connect to your guide. Your Pleiadian guide comes in and says, hey, how's it going? I'm here to assist. So it's not a Pleiadian medicine, it's an intergalactic medicine from the Galactic Council, but the Pleiadians were the knowledge bearers that brought this wisdom back to the earth. They are the knowledge bearers, the wisdom keepers, and the envoys of this information. And there's some Pleiadian in there because they're part of the Galactic Council. So that's Monday. Again, I'll link it below. Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Tuesday is the day of the solar eclipse and the new moon. So solar eclipses are these portals. You know when you have the vacuum and you like put a sheet of paper or your hand over top and it goes and you can feel it just suck really hard down and right? That's what happens with the eclipses. And it just draws in. It creates a vortex. It creates this massive just for information, for energy, for transfer of information. It's not just one way. And then when you add this to the new moons, release, opening, entryway, right? These are amplified times to dive into the work. I meant to say do the work, but then it turned into dive. So on Tuesday, the 25th, there's a couple of things happening. One, it's Tune Up Tuesday, which is the last Tuesday of every month. 45-minute sessions. This is a sliding scale. So this is one of my community priced sessions that I offer. So 45-minute sessions, one-on-one. You get a choice of 3 galactivation type sessions. We have the 𝐻𝐻𝐺𝐺s, so that's the transformational matrix. That's where we work down the spine with the tuning forks. This is like the most blissed out catnap, the most amazing system reset of just like, oh, hi. Because we go down the spine with these tuning forks, and that's where all our innervations are for our whole body. Everything in our body is innervated by the different levels, right? Not one level for the whole body, but the one level will innervate a certain portion of the body. And as we move down, it brings your system back into alignment, back into harmonic frequency and resonance. Helps you de-stress, helps with your sleep, helps with your digestion, helps you integrate all that other work you've been doing. So that's number 1 choice. Number 2 choice, esoteric acupuncture template. Using sacred geometry grids and different points upon the body. Use super fine needles that aren't overstimulated. They're literally tapped in and activated to help move that stuck energy within your body. The first one will do it too. This just does it differently. And this one accesses clarity points. So this one's a little bit more working on the clarity portals intentionally. To bring up that will, to bring up that drive, to bring up that ability to step into your power. The third one, my favorite, Tamiana. So it's funny because I say that about, I'm like, I love tuning forks. I love plant spirit medicine, all this, right? I love it all for different reasons. So Tamiana. So this would be a mini scrub of your foundational chakras from the root to the crown. Bottom to top. Yeah? And it's a quick scrub to just polish everything up a little bit, realign, jig some patterns, to keep you going until your next full depth of session. Now, 2 solar eclipse, sacred gatherings, and Tamiana activations. One on Tuesday night on the eclipse and the new moon from 6 to 9 in person in Victoria, BC. The second one, the next day, so we're still in the penumbra, we're still in that vortex, of the eclipse and the new moon, yeah? Still in that, okay? And that's online on Wednesday the 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But what do we do to these sacred activations? There's guided meditation. There's Tamiana activation with light language symbols and crystals. Guided meditation that takes you deep into your body, deep into your heart, deep into the earth. It's a recentering, it's a regrounding, it's a remembering of who you are. It's a remembering of your star lineage. It's a remembering of why you're here. I've had people go on journeys during it, and they're just like, I just came back. At the end, I've had people be like, I was here and present the whole time. My body just felt like it was being worked on and became more complete. And everything in between. Yeah? The in-person one also includes esoteric acupuncture template. They're small. There's only 4, so it's a hyper-focused gathering. And then we have time to decode as well. And we often pull an oracle card or 2 and tune into the divination frequencies. Yeah? Bring in some clarity. Bring your frequency up to that moment that you are next moving into. So Tuesdays in person, Wednesday online. Okay? Now, big one. Big one. I'm so excited for this one. I'm like, I'm so excited because I am. I'm so excited about all this stuff. But I'm really excited about this one though because it's been a little while in the offering. So metamorphosis, right? The foundational matrix, metamorphosis. It's a 4-month journey through the chakra consciousness planes of existence to guide you home. This is a group gathering. The reason why I'm so excited about it is because I have seen the transformations that have come for people through the chakra scrub. So the chakra scrub are one-on-one sessions. It's either 8 or 16 weeks. And we work our way systematically through the chakras from the root to the crown. Because our chakras are fractal. They're not solo. There's not just the root. There's the root, the sacral, solar plexus, the heart, and so on and so forth, all within the root. And then fractal that. Right? 7 within 7 within 7 within 7. Again and again and again and again. So when we move through the root, going all the way up to the crown, we are impacting the root all the way up to the crown. Not just the root of the root. You could have been working on your root forever and you're like, I'm still not getting change, but I know that's where my sticking point is. Maybe because it's not your root within the root that's the challenge, it's your root within the heart. And because the focus has only been on one plane, yeah, you've been impacting it a little bit in the heart, but you also need to bring that in. And that's what the chakra scrub does. It is a deep polish, you can check out my other videos on YouTube, the behind the scenes of Derek and I going through the scrubs, right? So as a group, we gather every 2 weeks. Every week is a focus on a different chakra. So the first week's the root, the second week's the sacral, so on and so forth, yeah? We enter at Samhain, just before Samhain, when we're going into the underworld, when we're going into that cocoon space, when we're going into that inner world, and we exit February 2nd, full, emerging into our light, having consciously been present to our journey and making the conscious changes. Now, in between these sessions, so each of the sessions, each of the gatherings, we're going to have a wisdom share. I'm going to talk about the traditional, yogic traditional chakra wisdoms, and also the advanced Pushkayani Tamiyana chakra wisdoms. So you're going to learn a little bit about the chakras, yeah? Then we're going to have an activation, a Tamiyana activation. The first one focused on the root, the next one focused on the sacral, so on and so forth. We're going to work our way all the way through those. And then in between sessions, we have a couple of pieces to help guide you through those times. One, we have activation play sheets. Those are ways in which to activate the chakra in between, you know, like clothes, crystals, foods, sounds, movement, that kind of thing. And conscious inquiry questions that'll help you really look into that plane of existence. Yeah, there's Voxer connection between, so we can support each other through the journey. We also have one of my favorite practices, the sacred silhouette. Now this is a visual application of the chakras. I'm going to leave it at that. And that's something you work on in between sessions. It is, yeah, it's, that's all I got to say. Let's see what else there, sacred silhouette. So this this gathering, helps you to have a deeper connection to yourself. It helps you be consciously along for the ride as you're raising your vibration, which then causes synchronicities in your life. Helps you trust in yourself. Helps you trust in other people. It helps you discern when to trust and when to trust your intuitive knowing. It helps awaken that intuitive knowing. Teaches you more about the chakras. These are power centers. These are things that you can access to project you forward, to stand you up, to help you arise within yourself, to awaken you. And you have them in you already. To use the tools that we have, the powers that we have, to live in wellness, to help us along our spiritual revolution. Yeah, really to bring us grounded in our spirituality and in our physical body. Yeah? Okay, so that was just a couple of things. And as always, one-on-one sessions are also available right now. But next week, it's going to be wonderful. And I invite you to join us for one, for all, for whatever you're feeling called to. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here. I got you. Let's get you going. Let's raise your vibration. Let's help you feel like you're at home, that you've returned home. Because you deserve it, and you're worth it. Okay. So much love and Stardust. Oh, I just about made it under 20 minutes. Not quite. Okay. All the info, all the stuff will be down below for you. Reach out. Okay.